Hello, everybody. I am back with part two of our journal workshop, and I'm just going to jump right in. An idea I have is I have some of this muslin here, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do my binding quite yet, but I thought for the back of the cover, I was going to take this muslin and I'm going to just stamp it and then use some of my markers, my fabric markers, to color it in. And I kind of wanted to do something different. So, kind of this mixed media sort of background. And I have to do some projects for Carabelle, which I'm really behind on. So I thought that I would incorporate that and kind of kill two birds with one stone. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is take this muslin and stamp it and then color it in with some of my fabric markers, or maybe even some of my acrylics. Okay, so some of the stamps I think I might use from Carabelle is there's this flower one with the butterfly, and then there's this smaller one. I have all sorts of butterfly stamps that I can pick from, but I love them all. They're so pretty. I really like this one too. It's got that nice script background there, and then there's this edge stamp. So I think I might take, and just collage these stamps onto the muslin for the back of my cover is the plan. And before I get started, I did want to mention there are two ink pads here that I wanted to try out. Now I've tried the Nuvo hybrid ink pad, which I love. The problem is it's been really hard to get it, but I'm going to see if I can get some more in stock. I do have, I think, 3 or 4 in stock. And then I do have some of these in stock as well. I have not tried this ink pad. This is Pink Fresh. But this is another hybrid ink that I wanted to try, and I really, really am loving the hybrid ink because I can use it for watercolors, I can use it for my alcohol ink markers, I can use it for, different mixed media paints, markers, and so forth. So I did want to make mention of that, and I think for this project, because I haven't tried the Pink Fresh yet, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so I have my piece of muslin all stamped out, and you know, when you do this, you could use whatever stamps you have on hand. You could use script stamps, any flower stamps you might have, or butterflies, whichever way you want to collage it on there. And I guess one of the things when you're doing this is to not overthink it as far as where you might want to place everything. Now, some of the places where I overlapped the butterfly onto the flower, when I go to paint that, I'm probably gonna, you know, decide which one I want on top and then kind of refine some of those areas to, you know, make it look good. But really, I kind of like the way it looks even without painting on it or using my fabric markers. So, you know, I might just think about stamping some of my muslin in just the black and white because I really like the effect of it. So anyway, for this one, because like I said, I have been dying to color, so I am going to put the music back on and just kind of color away. I'm going to use my Arteza fabric markers that they sent me a while back ago and just kind of have some fun with that. Maybe grab some of my acrylics as well and just start coloring. Let's go ahead and let's have some fun coloring.
King
So as you can see, I've just been coloring along here on my piece of muslin that I collaged. And what I'm going to do now is just kind of show you really quick in a little more detail how I am coloring in these flowers. So I'm going to take this little section here that I still have to do with these flowers right down here in this corner. And all I'm doing is, let's do a blue flower. So I'm going to take a few colors here. And I have a darker blue and a lighter blue that I'm going to be working with. And I might even add in just a little bit of this peach color, I think. Okay, so it's pretty simple. I mean, these markers are so easy to work with, and I'm going to show you how easy they are. All I'm doing is I'm starting here at the intersection of the petal, and I'm just following the lines of where I stamped. And just kind of, you know, again, just following those lines just to lay down some color. Now right here, right as it starts to go into that intersection, I want it pretty dark. So I'm just kind of, you know, putting a little more pressure down in that area there. And then right in between each petal, I want it pretty dark too, so I'm going to add a little bit more in those sections as well. And that is pretty much it. I mean, very simple. I just add a few little dots on that intersection just to introduce a little bit of blue in there. And I might just, you know, add a little up in here, just a little. I want that to be darker there. It's a shaded petal. That's pretty much it. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of water that I have in my brush here, my water brush, and pat it down onto a paper towel because I really don't want it too wet because these will bleed. And I'm just going to blend out a little bit of that color. And I'm just going really lightly across it because, like I said, it will bleed. And that's pretty much it. And then I'm going to go with my next color, which was this lighter blue, and just in the middle section of the petal, color in those lighter, you know, mid-tone sections of the petal there. Like so. And then I want to introduce just a little bit of this. It's kind of looks like a peachy color, but I'm not sure what color that is exactly. Kind of looks yellowish on here, which is fine. But I'm gonna add in just a little bit of it. And then I want to kind of brush off or clean off my nib there. And now I'm just going to add in some of this white acrylic paint. And this is where I think the magic kind of happens, right here. And so when I'm doing this, all I'm going to be doing here is I'm starting at the top of my petal, and I'm just going to kind of do these downward strokes, really light. And just repeat that across each petal. So again, really, really simple. The main thing with this step is just to keep it light and loose. And that's pretty much it. That's all I do. I mean, it is that simple. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is in the center there, I think I'm going to do some brown and orange tones. So I'm going to just kind of dot that on there. And I'm going to add in just a little bit in between each petal, just a little bit of the brown. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this orange, and I'm going to use that wider nib there, and then go up into the petals just a little bit with just a little bit of this orange as well. I'm going just really light. And I'm going to add just a little bit of water to blend that in just a little bit. And pull it up into the petals there. So I'm kind of just grabbing it from the center and going all the way up into the petals. And then I'm going to take and dot some of the white, or highlight.